The mortal remains of Wing Commander Namansh Sayal, who lost his life in the LCA Tejas crash in Dubai, will reach Chennai today. He was flying India's indigenous fighter jet, the HAL Tejas or HAL Tejas, at the time of the incident. The fighter jet crashed during a flying demonstration at the air show, sending a plume of thick black smoke over Maktoum International Airport as crowds looked on. The Indian Air Force released a statement saying that the tragic incident or accident claimed the life of the pilot on board, adding that it regrets the loss of life and stands firmly with the bereaved family in this time of grief. The Air Force has also ordered a court of inquiry to investigate the crash. The death of Wing Commander Namansh has left his native village in deep mourning. Relatives and villagers gathered in his hometown, overwhelmed by grief upon hearing the news of the tragic incident. Wing Commander Namansh hailed from Kangra district in Himachal Pradesh. He completed his schooling from Sainik School, Sujanpur Tira. Sayal was commissioned into Indian Air Force on the 24th of December 2009. His father, Jagannath Sayal, served in the Indian Army's Medical Corps. Sayal is survived by his wife and is also an IAF officer, their 6-year-old daughter, and his parents. The aircraft, a single-seat light combat aircraft developed by Hindustan Aeronautics Limited, went down at around 2:10 p.m. local time. The crash occurred during the biennial Dubai Air Show, one of the world's largest aviation exhibitions. The Tejas is a 4.5 generation multi-role combat aircraft built to perform air defense missions, offensive air support and close combat operations. It is noted for being one of the lightest and smallest fighters in its class. The Tejas program is key to India's efforts to modernize its aging fighter fleet and reduce dependence on foreign suppliers. The first Tejas squadron, the number 45 Flying Daggers, was inducted into the IF in 2016. The production version first soared in April 2007, with the trainer variant taken to the skies in November 2009. The incident marks the second crash involving a Tejas aircraft in less than 2 years. In March 2024, a Tejas fighter went down in Rajasthan, the first such accident in the aircraft's 23-year history since its maiden test flight in 2001. The pilot in 2024 case had ejected safely. We are now being joined by an aviation expert, Captain Amit Singh from New Delhi. Captain Singh, thank you very much for your time. The IAF has not officially revealed what caused the crash. Experts also pointed out that an engine flame-out could be behind the tragedy. What's an engine flame-out?
Well, it's a very sad event at an international event. It's too early to say what the exact cause of the accident would be, unless the Court of Inquiry releases a formal preliminary report or a final report. But this was a single-engine aircraft, only one engine. And a flame-out is typically when the engine switches off. It could be because of different reasons, disturbance in the airflow. So the engine is basically producing ignition. Powered with. And at critical stages,
Captain Singh, I'm sorry to interrupt you. We had lost you there. I think the signal was a little bit faulty, but can you just repeat what you said?
This is a single-engine aircraft, and there is only one engine. At critical stages of the maneuver, when the aircraft is or the pilot is pulling a tight turn or recovering from a dive, the aircraft needs the much required thrust to counter that maneuver. So at that moment, if the engine does not produce the sufficient thrust or fails for some reason, that is a flame out. And with high gravity maneuvers, high G maneuvers, it is very difficult to recover from that situation. Of course, there's an option with the pilot to eject at that stage, but what exactly happened will only be revealed by a court of inquiry.
Captain Singh, now that you've mentioned the maneuver, experts say the IAF pilot appeared to be executing a maneuver known as a barrel roll. Could something have gone wrong while he was doing that maneuver? And what's a barrel roll?
Well, the aircraft rolls on its sides, which means there are two types of motions, the up and down, and on the sides, lateral left and right. So roll maneuver is basically when the wings go lift from one side, left or right, and go like a barrel. So round and round in concentric circles, but moving forward. So that is a barrel roll. This aircraft was uh, demonstrating a number of maneuvers, including loops, barrel rolls, S-turns, and probably in one of the maneuvers, there is something called a fixed deck height, which means you should not come below a certain height at the end of your maneuver. So if for some reason the pilot misjudges the end of the maneuver, which is practiced a number of times, numerous times, but for some reason, if the pilot misjudges that height, then the safety is compromised, which means in case of an additional failure, the aircraft will not be in a position to recover, be it a human failure or a technical failure. So that safety margin which is there, that was compromised clearly. The investigation will reveal whether it was a technical or a combination. There is no one single reason for an accident. There is always multiple contributory causes.
All right.
So that is what we need to know.
All right. Captain Singh, thank you very much for all your inputs and for talking to us today.